I don't know if this thing went through because I was just having an issue with this title situation here. And every now and then we have these little situations that become, when you're dealing with tech gets a little, gets a little crazy. It really does. And, when you're dealing with tech issues, they become a little redundant. And I mean that in a sense of like, there's a lot involved when you see people that, are doing streams and any mode of production is a lot, you know what I'm saying? Because there's really no right and wrong way. Just some people are just nicer than others when it comes to lighting and angles. Shout out to Hombre Lombro. What up, bro? But there's just a difference. And, what that ends up showing us a lot, it sometimes it gets a little crazy. And but believe me, as you're constantly learning, you know what I mean? Because even me, like being here, being a sound type of person, lighting, I watch movies, I pick up things, like I don't like to see lighting on somebody's glasses and stuff like that. When the glass is picking up like the lighting. If you watch old school movies, when they're outside, you can see the lighting outside. So you develop a zone of what you like something to look like. And then as you do that, you're able to accustom a little great little additive to the society. The one thing that is important out here, I know people are like, well, Nate, you got to talk about these issues and I don't want to say this in a way that sounds redundant of me talking about it, you know what I mean? Because you have to understand who I salute and who I don't salute. And who I salute in this mindset is men. So when men is like, yo, you be dragging a brother, it's like, I don't drag brothers, I drag males. You understand where I'm coming from? I don't deal with males. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to have nothing to do with an overly emotional woman, nevertheless a man. At least with the woman, I expect that. That's her nature, you know what I mean? But it's not in a man's nature to be that way. And the fact that so many black brothers have been raised from their mothers, they've endured her femininity. You see, you may look at an intimidating side of it, because if you're a white man, you probably need to see a black man, and the black man has a lot of emotion inside of him. He's very, very, he gets irritated. Now, there's a lot of men out here that have this emotion because they wasn't taught from a man how to deal with it. When it comes, this is what you do. So he doesn't necessarily know how to deal with it. Now, that's just overall a man. So you may have a coworker that wants to discuss religion and politics, and it's a man, and don't bother, you know what I mean? Especially as a woman. See, another man, if you see two coons going at it, let them do it together. Let them sword fight each other, you know what I'm saying? But as a woman, I keep telling you over and over again, and as easy as this sounds, it's gonna be very difficult for you. You have to listen. Just observe the room. Just observe it. Don't show too much, because the more you listen, the more you learn. But if you allow your emotion, you're going to screw it all up, because your emotion is going to take that mode of confidant and turn it into a war, because your emotion is going to throw it in his face, because that's what your emotion is going to do. It's going to be hard, because you're going to want to burst. You know what I mean? Believe me, you're going to want to burst, because as a man, we all have emotion. You know what I mean? I have emotion. I'm an emotional man. You know what I mean? Clearly, for what I do here, I have to have emotion to do what I do here with this platform. I have to have an emotion to live, to have a heartbeat. There's an emotion. We all have an emotion. Not to desensitize it, but we all have an emotion. And I really want you guys to understand today. I'm going to really break this down for you to understand what it is to know a man and a male. You got to know the difference. And it's the same as a woman and a lady. A woman's not going to respect a man, and a lady will. You understand? The end. A lady's going to respect a man because she's a lady. That's all she knows. She doesn't, she breathes respect. You may not realize that because you're like, well, I'm a lady, because no, you can't call yourself a lady. You have to know you're a lady because of how you deal with a man. You know, there's a lot of different things going on out here, and I don't want y'all to get distracted with foolishness just because niggas is stupid. You can't fix that. Like, for real. Like, I'm serious. Like, I know a lot of times y'all want me to touch these topics, and I know we're in lieu of a few days away. Listen, don't entertain stupidity. If you see an individual on your Facebook and he's stupid, just don't deal with him. You know what I'm saying? And then don't even give him the privilege of why. He knows what it is to be a failure. Ask him to ask society why they look at him as a failure. Because society thinks he's stupid. They think something's wrong with him. That's why they're intimidated by him. They see the old ladies are scared of him. Little girls are scared of him. Everybody's scared of him. And it's because in our community, we do weird shit. We got a lot of weird shit going on in our community, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to Humphrey. Humphrey said, hey, Nate, I took your advice from the other day to avoiding those black events. I'm telling you, hometown here in Alabama is hosting annual HBCU classics this weekend. Count me out. Don't fuck with black events, man. Stay away from that. You be better off going to, you want to enjoy stuff in the United States, you got to get outside the box. I told you that the other day. Now, some people may say, well, Nate, all black events. Yes. Have the mindset of all black events. You know what I mean? You'll eventually come back, but when you come back, you're gonna know the difference. You're gonna think like I do. If I go to I'll give you an example. HBCU event, okay, ain't the worst thing, because it has something to do with college. So I know a lot of dumb black motherfuckers can't relate to that, right? The downfall of it is this ain't 2001. This ain't 1995. That peaked already. All these events is garbage. That's what I'm saying. It's not like nobody gonna get shot over there, but it's just, you just gonna see women in Jordans and niggas wearing Jordans. Women got on sweatpants and leggings, niggas got on sweatpants or leggings or shorts. You know what I mean? Everybody gonna be holding a phone, you know what I mean? Turn up, somebody gonna twerk. It's gonna be the same typical nigga shit. If you step outside the box and see how they do with their culture, you see other cultures, you be like, wow, there's a lot of culture in this world, and I have the option to do it. But if you just gonna stay in the same tired ass zone in 2024 when that shit done fell off 20 years ago, number one, most of y'all are late because you missed it when it was good. You can't go to Freaknik in 2024 if they had Freaknik. You missed it. You can't go to a college affair and a step. It's not the same as it was when it was popping. That era is gone. It's like a family member that you want to be here and they're gone, but the legacy of the memory's still there. Just embrace the memories. Sometimes you just gotta stay home and watch old school videos instead of wasting your time with shit out here. It's done. COVID finished that shit. So all we have as black people is to do, step outside and alternate. That's all I'm gonna tell you. You know what I mean? I'm glad that you did that. Stay away from them. Tells me, shout out to Cinnamon. Cinnamon says, Spot on, Nate. Most male friendships are based comfortably on ease. I don't think I ever noticed that until you said so. I'm telling you. Listen, even me, as my mode of friends, right? And I'm not gonna sit here and tell you most of my friends got brains. You know, especially if they niggas. To be a nigga is to be stupid. The real meaning of a nigga is a stupid black person. That's what a nigga is. So somebody call you a nigga, that's the ultimate low level. You know what I mean? That's the worst thing you could call a black man, especially if you're not black. You see what I'm saying? Because they know you mean it. They don't think we mean it because we all stupid together. That's what they think. Oh, it ain't nothing what another nigga call it. But it is. But you don't want to be lonely. You don't want to be alone. You don't want to cut everybody out your life for their mindset, right? You just got to know how to just tune them out. You can't entertain a dumb fuck, man. It's just, there's no future in a dummy. No future. Once a stupid fuck is gonna be a stupid fuck forever. And the more and more you argue with them, you know, remember old school days when it was like, if you farted, you smelt it, you dealt it? Like, it's the truth. Like, you can't argue with ignorance. And most black men is the true fact of stupid. That's why they got a job and they work for a white man. If a black man was so smart, how come we don't own shit? Think about that. Think about the level of, you got guys like Jeff Bezos that's worried about supporting Kamala openly because just in case Trump wins, right, he don't want them to fuck his business up. Like, this is major shit, right? But, you know, how many niggas you know that's black that's in the position of him? Tyler Perry, you know what I mean? Gay, powerful black man, you know what I mean? Like, these niggas are more men than the men. That's crazy. When you can see Tyler Perry standing up for a black woman as a gay man, you expect the gay man to go against the sister. No, it's gonna be that straight shitto. He's the one, man. He's worthless. He makes a horrible criminal. He makes the worst drug dealer. Our biggest drug dealer is Big Meech. Come on, man. I can show you Mexican cartels that ain't even in jail that I know names of because I follow a lot of that shit. They can't even get them. These niggas is like America's most wanted. America wants them and can't catch. And they got El Chapo, but ain't shit. They got his son, ain't shit. Their organization's still going. When they catch a nigga's organization, he's finished. Whole organization folds because they gonna all tell on each other. See, the federal government knows the black man is tuned for that. They know he's gonna tell because he can't do that time. Now, what you said been back in the day, back in the 60s, you know what I mean? Niggas was more real niggas. It was different, not now. A nigga will give up his ass just to get on Hollywood. A nigga will suck a dick to become a rapper. That's just what it is. They wasn't doing that shit in the what you call it, the 60s or 40s, 50s, and 60s with Ray Charles. These niggas was getting on because they was talented. You know what I mean? You'll see. You watch. So, shout out to Victorious One. It becomes, shout out to Ken Thompson. It becomes a thing. He said, Humber said, I went to the gym instead. The only thing you should be going to the gym and doing right now is just releasing your endorphins. That's it. You can't get no pussy in there. I wouldn't advise it. You're going to talk to a woman in the gym, wait till she's out the doors. Don't even talk to her. Look at her like her breath stink. Don't even look at her. The minute you walk out the door and she going to the parking lot, you probably got a chance. And I would even advise that because now she know her pussy's all sweaty, ass is all stinking, you know? Remember, you know what I mean? Every woman got a different damn body chemistry, you know what I mean? She may be uncomfortable. Not to knock, it's just a woman don't want to be bothered when she's sweaty, you know what I mean? But at least if you're on gym grounds, off gym grounds, you good. But it's a great environment to be around again, you know what I mean? You know, shout out to Red Hazel Green. This is a very heavy topic that I really want y'all to understand. And there's a lot of emotion that I want black women to understand too, because a lot of sisters, you know, They don't understand how we operate. You know, your emotion is your downfall. That's the problem. And your emotions, your attitude, your emotions. That's you know, if you don't have a brain, your brain dead, you don't have an attitude. You understand? You don't have a way of thinking. You don't have a concept. So for you to understand how a man works, learn by listening to him. Now again, if you can bear to do it, if you can't listen to him because he's talking some crazy shit and you just want to get up and walk away, then get up and walk away. But don't debate with him. Don't debate with him. The ultimate way to a black man to respect you, don't debate with him. Let him be. Once he has somebody he could confide into, which may be nobody because he got nobody, and you become his confidant, don't fuck it up and throw it in his face later either. Just listen to him. You understand? All you gotta do is listen to him. You know, listen, the federal government they have layouts in the federal government in different offices, right? There's different agencies in office to deal with mental capacity. CIA, FBI, you know what I'm saying? It's all intelligence. And how they do a thing on intelligence, they allow the comfortable man to live like a prince, like a king, like sell drugs, live your life. And then they build 8 to 10 years of this incredible proof, and then they indict you. And now you're going to do it 200 years. You're never going to come. You're never going to see your mother, never going to see your kids. So what is a nigga going to do? He's going to tell. He's a nigga. How do they know this? Because they knew that when this man was out moving around and flossing and flexing, he didn't think he can be stopped. So the intelligence side of the FBI and the federal government, there's a lot of other agencies I didn't even name. They are all about the mindset. So you may have a friend that may be your friend, and you don't know that that's a federal agent. It's the same as a lawyer. You ever listen to a lawyer? A lawyer could get out of anything, right? If you ever listen to a lawyer, lawyers are very, very intelligent. Now, that don't mean they don't sell drugs or do drugs and crazy sex parties, but they're very, very smart. So you want the lawyer mind to be a lawyer. And if they can't be a lawyer, you want them to be part of the federal government because of their mindset. There was this dude that had the president's motorcade car, his car, and they was talking with Jay Leno. And that was a horrible interview because Jay Leno couldn't get no information because the FBI, the agents that were speaking on the car, they couldn't open the car up. They can't show you the inside. They can't tell you what materials made. They're sworn to secrecy. And once they call them a whistleblower. Once they become a whistleblower, that's a whole different level. They don't call them a rat. They don't call them a snitch. They call them a whistleblower because he has information that can really destroy. So they want you to know that this is not no ordinary rat. This is no ordinary troll. This person has confidentiality on levels that you could never imagine. In the hood, the best rats is a nigga. Black men are the best rats. He doesn't get to the level on a federal FBI agent, CIA intelligence level. You know what I mean? He doesn't even see himself there, but he will tell on a nigga to get a couple of dollars and to stay out of jail. That's just how he is. You know what I mean? Now, if you're smart enough, you can listen to him and listen how he talks and listen how he breaks things down, and then you just observe. Every now and then you shoot a question, but don't give an opinion. Well, Nate, what if this guy's talk about politics? Just don't give an opinion. Never tell him who you voting for. Let him roll. If he starts telling you his whole life, that's even better because he's going to tell you everything. And you'll learn more, not only about him, but about a slew of men. Because once a man finds somebody to be comfortable with, he'll tell you everything. He'll tell you if he fucked a man. Because he knows if, as a confidant, you have an ability that most people don't do because he can't talk to nobody. In most cases, he never had a powerful, strong male figure, so he doesn't know how to talk to anybody. So if he could be around a woman, that says a lot, and swear to and be, and you could be the confidant to this man. That's a big deal. He'll trust you with his life, and he will tell the world, "I know her, because she knows me." That's the position you want. You don't want the position of debating with a nigga. Now you and him is at dinner throwing fucking rolls at each other. You don't want to do that. You know what I mean? Cinnamon said, right again, HBCUs have changed so much that Greek organizations can't even pledge anymore. Right. Like, if you want to, listen, I was going to Howard Homecoming, for example, in 93. You know, we didn't have phones. We didn't have anybody who had a phone out there was making money. Cell phones was active, but it was rare. Whoever had a phone was getting bread. On average, nobody had that shit. So all we had to do was be fun amongst each other. We didn't know how to go outside because all we had was us. You know what I'm saying? Which was dope because it was authentic. You can't have that same event 30 plus years later and it's the same. Problem is, black, we want to redo it again. No, it's done. Some of y'all, we need to stick together as family. Them days is over. If your family was close in the 60s, 70s, and 80s and 90s, that's a thing of the past. You'll never see that ever again. And that's the sad truth because the world has changed so drastically. Even when you try to do things like you did then, the reminder is everybody's walking around with cameras and video cameras. Everybody's walking around with surveillance. You go to anybody's house, they got a ring on their damn door. You know what I mean? The whole community is shouting out, who's this weird man walking out? People live in front of their phones so much, it made everybody crazy. So nothing is authentic anymore. So when you do an event such as any college event, any Greek festival, it's not the same now because we're all smoking this dust, so to speak, right? The dust is social media, technology. We're in too deep. So in order to enjoy this, all you got to do is just watch this shit on a live stream. It's a waste of time going there. Listen, you don't want to totally phase out of black events completely, but if you're going to enjoy it from a distance. You don't need to go to the concert. Nigga, watch that shit on the tube tomorrow. It makes no sense. It's a waste of time. Technology makes so much things easier where you can have the same virtual effect and still feel just as good. There's no human interaction if you're going to see somebody in concert and you can't meet them in person. Can't shake their hand. What's the point? You can see a closer angle with them on television. But needless to say, you can't make a person be what you want them to be. But they could respect you and who you are, whether they have to or not, because they can't seek that information. It's the same as I told you with these federal agencies. There's certain information you're just not going to be able to get. And you have to be like that as an individual. They can't even pick your mind to think about how you are and who you are. They could think about it. They could shoot their shot, but don't mean that they know. You know what I'm saying? So I say all this to say, black men could be smarter than who they are, but they're not. In my society, in my black race, you know what I mean? I think something's wrong with us. There's something that happened, and I know it has a lot to do with the fact of the bringing of the positive male role models, but it's kind of sad to me where you got a 5-year-old kid that don't even know who his fucking daddy is or her. And in this society, they blame the mother. So you can't hear anything he says. He doesn't even know his history. His brain is not programmed to go past a white man. His brain is to be programmed for a white man to embrace him. Let me give you an example of something like, what's up, Miss Jefferson? I'm about to get to you in a second. Today I was watching this wedding. So down the street from my crib, there's this big church. So I see this big Bentley house, a big Rolls Royce outside. I'm like, damn, that shit's tough. Big old 26 rims. And I'm like, okay, it's a white wedding, but these niggas got black culture on their cars. Like, who threw these big rims? It didn't come with those. You know what I mean? Like, we are trendsetters. That's one great thing about black folks. We do set trends. So then I'm like, all right, you know, probably a whole bunch of Trump supporters in there, but they swing on black people's dicks, clearly because of the car. So then I make the left turn, no lie. I see this whole bunch of dirty hood niggas, and then I see this Rolls Royce. But it wasn't a new one. It was like a 15. These niggas had a new one. Not swear to goodness, like literally around the corner. And I'm like, what the fuck's going on over here? And I see this Rolls Royce Wraith, two-door, and I'm like, you know what I mean? That's an old Rolls Royce, and these a whole bunch of bum niggas. Whatever's going on over there ain't good. I know that. So even if I look at the confused Trump supporter, and then I look at the ghetto niggas as Trump supporters, they still all ignorant. You may look at the white person and say, well, they did it better. No, it's not that they did it better. They just got our dicks in their mouth, and these dumb motherfuckers don't know if they living or dead. It's all ignorance together. You know what I mean? Because you can tell a lot about a person or who they fuck with. And you don't want to change that because you're not here to change. You could try to change somebody else because you're trying, and then you fuck up your image in the process of that. For real. You could go to a prostitute and be trying to really take her off the street, and now they'll be like, yo, the prostitute will be like, yo, this nigga tried to buy some pussy from me, and now you get busted for fucking soliciting the prostitute. You see what I mean? So the process you trying to help her, now you a John because these cops don't know. They see that you trying to sit there talking to her. Now they bust her for selling pussy, and now she going to jail, so she gonna say this nigga tried to fucking buy pussy too. You know what I mean? You take a risk by trying to change somebody. But if you do what you gotta do, they're gonna change on their own. Right? If you impact them enough without you even knowing, they're gonna change. You understand? So trying to change everybody will make you not want to change. Trying to change everybody will make you hate people. I know people that got out of businesses like, I hate people now. Because all they try to do is help people. But if you try to just do what you meant to do, then everything else will work. You understand? Miss Jefferson said, hey, Nate, what's your thoughts on Lil Durk RICO charge? I don't think black men understand the gangster era is over and it's time. That shit is dead. They don't understand it. As a matter of fact, the situation with Lil Durk, to me, another nigga. I think on the intelligence of these feds, another dumbass nigga, Grammy Award winning, and then involved in a fucking a plot for murder. That's how niggas is. He probably had to hire somebody because niggas was gonna kill him, which is sad because he probably really had to do that to protect his life. But not as a black rapper, it don't matter. Once you get involved with that accusation, he's finished. He ain't gonna beat the case. You know what I mean? It's one dumb nigga after another. It's just the mental side of a black man doesn't understand that gangster shit. You know, if you ain't living that shit, nigga, you know, you're gonna end up having to really live it. Now you're gonna have to go to jail. And what he gonna do? He gonna tell. He's gonna rat. You know what I'm saying? There's people that's part of that shit. Murder for hire, nigga. You hiring niggas. That's a whole different. That means there's a slew of niggas that's gonna be part of that. You watch when them niggas go to trial. But again, does the black man with the era is over? Nope. That's all he want to do is sell drugs or be a fucking dirty rapper or a scammer. And if he goes get a job, he gonna work for the white man. He ain't gonna go get his own business. What is he gonna do? Cut hair? Wash fucking cars? He doesn't step out of the arena. That's all he knows. His community, what does a nigga do in his community on the highest level? Own a fucking fish fry place? So Lil Durk is just an example. Once again, RICO charge, that shit been out when I was younger. They was locking niggas up in the 90s with RICO charges. These niggas are still doing that, haven't learned. So they haven't understood. So there's no option for him. When he supports Trump, they thinking of millionaires, and Trump don't support millionaires, he supports billionaires. You know what I'm saying? So when they thinking on the level of this is exactly my point. It's always one of us. And they think we're Lil Durk. They think every black person is that. There's a small amount of black people that are very intelligent. And they know they ain't gonna get their name caught up in no bullshit. They know they ain't gonna flex to make themselves hot. These niggas do the opposite of that. It's always been that way. You know what I mean? And that's why we fail. Cinnamon said, that's where I went. I went to Howard, and every time I got back, frats got soft. I'm telling you, listen to me. If somebody says right now, who had the best homecoming? And they may tell you, well, things are different now because we turn up and go over here. I'm like, you can't ask that question if it ain't got nothing to do with the year. Don't believe me? When is the best time when people was enjoying their life? The 1970s. When was life easier? The 80s. What destroyed the black family? The crack era. It's all time. So a person that doesn't know history, they're going to tell you the current situation is what's popping. Hip hop peaked already. Hip hop peaked in the 90s. So if you are old man, and I have to say this, right? If you are old ass nigga and you try to show your kids like, yo, this is their real music, don't waste your time. Cause they're not gonna comprehend it. He wasn't even alive. They're not historians. They can't go back in the memory lane and know that when this song came on in the club, niggas went crazy. They can't relate to that. So in order to impress them or have an impression on them, don't try to impress them. They respect that better because now it's like you ignore them. But when you're trying and you want to be old school cool with the big old gray beard and some rims and your seat cocked back like you're trying to bring the good old days back, don't waste your time. Don't waste your time. Especially if you're trying to impress these motherfuckers because they missed the boat. It's all about time. You ask me right now, when is the club era over? 2005, maybe 07, that's it. So a nigga can't go to no club and tell me he had a wonderful time and it's 2024. It's impossible. I don't give a fuck what he did. He wasn't part of the era. He missed. You dig? So when you're dealing with the levels of the black man, there's a touch of, and I can't even say retardation because there's gifted people that are mentally challenged. There are people that have cerebral palsy and are very smart in other things. The black man has a whole different level. It's just called stupid. And he's stupid because he can't respect a woman. He can't respect himself. He self-inflicts himself every time there's a situation. I seen a brother yesterday, salute to my man, but it was all good. We got this big E. coli, red meat thing. People are dying over this shit, getting sick, right? I would not dare buy a fucking piece of red meat right now, right? Would you? Okay. As a black man, you should also know cancer causing all the above. You know, red meat is, large consumptions of red meat is bad for black men. Facts, right? I seen my man in the supermarket yesterday. This nigga had a shopping cart full of fucking red meat because they selling it cheap because of the E. coli scare. So they giving it away for like $5, maybe like 15 cents a pound because it's going to expire tomorrow. Real shit. Go to your local supermarket and see. So you can put this shit in the freezer. My thing is, who's gonna eat that? You gonna still eat that shit, nigga, after you know what these shits do? That is what I mean about brothers. Brothers is some dumb motherfuckers, man. So when you see a black man supporting Donald Trump, right? and you want to shoot a question because you're a listener, remember, as a listener, you support that fucking shit out. Just listen to his answer. I bet you my life savings he's going to say something dumb and dumber. It just gets worse. We don't see, this is how crazy it is. When I see people dying, I start thinking differently. Like, oh shit, we got to start doing things different. Especially if I'm in charge of that. Now, I don't have control on everybody else's mindset. So this is how it's supposed to go. When people die out your life, these people are prisoners of war. And they're giving you signs to mend your issues before it's too late. Right? Facts. Okay. If you don't mend these issues, you're going to regret it. Black people are not like that. The more people that die, the more fucked up we become. We don't get closer. We just don't. So for a black man, you're going to look at a black man and say, yo, black men support Kamala. Black men don't support Kamala Harris. They do not. Black males do not support her. They do not. You want to know if it's the difference between a man does. I said Tyler Perry is a homosexual. He's more powerful than men, than a male. He has more balls than a fucking male because he ain't no ordinary nigga. An ordinary nigga is dumb. And this ain't even facts due to white man. This is just our mindset. We the only group that kills each other. We won't go into the Jewish community and do a home raid, but we're going to another nigga's spot and fucking take his Lamborghini truck. I can tell who robs a house just from what they steal. They said there was this home invasion over here and the niggas took the car keys. I said, those is niggas. Niggas do that. Niggas ain't going to no fucking mansion trying to steal jewelry, and they going to get the car keys for the Lambo truck in the drive. That's how stupid motherfuckers is. So it's easy to know what we do when we do it. You know what I mean? DJ Clark Kent died from colon cancer. Overeating red meat can't do that. Right. Overeating, large consumption. So here's a great example. I'm listening to Flex on the radio yesterday, unfortunately. Every now and then you entertain ignorance. Funkmaster Flex is one of the most ignorant fucking DJs we got in hip hop. Literally, right? Really, really bad, right? And I'm listening to this coon, and then he says, he's telling everybody, DJ Clark Clint. And I'm like, my man, like, I don't know for you and Clark Clint to be close because I don't remember Clark Clint ever jumping up on the radio. I would assume these niggas was cool, but knowing a black man, they probably wasn't. Now somebody could clarify that for me if you choose to do so, but something just gave me an impression that Flex probably didn't even fuck with the nigga. Now he gonna pay homages. That's just how we tune. We can be the richest people out of the bunch, and it's still never enough. How did this man die from colon cancer? You think me? I don't know Clark Clint personally. I've seen a nigga a million times in person doing parties when parties was hot. Just now, just with Miss Jefferson said, I'm like, yo. Y'all niggas dying over colon cancer. Like, this has been a thing forever. You don't get checked out. You don't, like, 57, 58, and you got these hip hop historians dying. Whether you want to cut it or not, Diddy is a hip hop historian. He is, because he was part of an incredible era. He created these things that we did in an era that was at its highest. So some of y'all missed that. You'll never see that. Right? So you got historians going to jail, and you got historians dying. Fat Man Scoop, Clark Kent. This is all healthy. These niggas ain't dying because they got shot, mind you. So me as a man is saying, damn, like, this is the age group that you got to be very careful what the fuck you eat. Over and over again. Like, it just keeps going and going and going. Like, at what point do these men know that something's wrong with their bodies? They don't have a confidant. They can't talk to nobody. They can't talk to the woman because the woman gonna throw it up in their face. Now, sisters, that's one thing I gotta stress to you. I know the black man's emotional. And he's more emotional than anybody because he's a black man. You know what I mean? Black people are just more emotional than anybody, right? If a black man opens up to you, I don't care what he does. If you're his confidant, your opinion matters. And he's going to ask you, what do you think about something if it's wrong? But don't attach your emotions because of some shit that happened in the past. It's like you meet a man, he tells you he's married and he wants to take you on a date. And all of a sudden now you all of a sudden become friends with the fucking wife. Like, well, I wouldn't want that to happen to me if I was her. You got nothing to do with that. Anytime a man could tell you the truth is on a level of being a confidant. Because the less you judge him, the more he'll tell you. Simple psychology. But your emotions don't last. If he tells you something he don't like, leave him the fuck alone. That's it. That's not my thing. Don't say, why? May I ask why? No. Well, to me, that looks a little immature. See, now you want to throw the darts on him. You can't do that. You fuck it all up. I'm not going to lie. Shaq did a video about that recently. He was like, never open up to a woman because she'll throw it in your face. Yes, that's true. That's why a lot of niggas is sitting in the damn dirt now. They open up and threw it in his face to the point where they fucking got him murdered. If you feel your emotion is that high and it's not really good to endure that, just tell him don't tell you anything. Because your emotion is going to take over, and I'm telling you it is, and he gets affected by that. And that's why the world's so fucked up, because you don't want a black man running around, he ain't got nobody to talk to. That's why we in the position we in right now. He don't got nobody to talk to. So he has to make attention and join the club where everybody's over there at. These niggas is willing to join the KKK now because they got nothing to do. His beliefs is the same beliefs as a damn white man. Here, a white KK member. Fuck that black bitch. He gonna say, well, fuck that black bitch too. They know we retarded. And they know something's wrong. And they're right. It is something wrong. Okay? If you're a non-black man and your non-black daughter's dating a black man, you know, if she's not in control of him, you're fucked. Your whole daughter's life is finished. There's no point of a black man being in control of your white daughter. It's a privilege for him to be with her. And she has to make sure that she has to make sure that she takes over him and lets him know she's in charge. Because if not, your family tree is done. I'm telling you. Once you get a nigga into your fucking damn family tree, you're finished. Okay? Even our family trees, once we get a nigga involved with our sisters or daughters, it's done. Finito. Because once that pile of shit comes into the family and she allowed it, it's over. Family tree is finished. Believe me. Okay? Black women outlive black men by a match. Let me say that. And that's another thing. Y'all outlive us. So why speed up the process on both ends? Just listen to him. That's why I tell you, all you gotta do is listen. He's in pain. The one thing that will strengthen him in a positive way is listening. Don't give no opinions. And even when you give an opinion on religion and politics, don't touch it. Let him have it. Because the more and more you see, you want to do some good research, all you got to do is listen to these niggas. Just don't let your emotion attach to it. Take the data and run. Do what the feds do. Feds let you live. Yeah, they know you killing niggas and doing drugs and racketeering. They're going to let you do it for 8 years because when they build it up, there's no beating it. You know how intelligent you gotta be to let a nigga live and do all that and without letting your emotion attack him right there? They let you live, they let you sleep. Even when you change your life, it don't matter, gonna get you any fucking way. You fucked up 5 years ago. You know how that is for a man to be in a relationship with a woman and all he was fucking behind her back for 20 years and she built up and said, listen, you've been doing this shit since 2001. I got proof. You know, me and the kids are gone. We already fucking relocated. Take care of yourself and goodbye. Do you know what that does to somebody when they not realize that you knew they was a piece of garbage all along? All along you played along with them. And all along, it takes a lot of intelligence to do that. And it's going to take a lot for you to listen. She said, because they are forced to go to the hospital, do pregnancy, menopause, etc. Black men don't like the doctor, and black men don't like responsibility. They can't even teach their daughters shit. What you think they're going to do to the fucking son? He's going to be a failure. Most men, they fathers ain't shit. Facts. So what you think's going to happen with the daughter? You got to think about that. She can't be daddy's little girl. He don't even know how to tell her he loves her. So as he gets older, he's going to join different cliques, gangs, right? When he's in his teens, he's going to join gangs. As he gets older in his 50s, he's going to be Republican. He's all fucked up. He's a fucking disaster. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't go to the doctor. He eats terribly. The black community alone, you know, the fact that we are such a small community, we have such an impact on society. We eat like shit. The black man's gonna do what he want to do when he want to do it, how he want to do it. He can't even make it to 60 fucking years old. Dick stops working at 40. He's all fucked up. He has no clue. Because his mentality is, I'm going to do what I want to do when I want to. No, so now he goes and takes Ozempic to lose weight, but he's still going to crash up on some sodas as a treat. Then he's fat again. He just never gets it. When you got a problem with a nigga, you got a problem for life because his emotions run like a woman. You fuck a woman over, she ain't going to forget it. He's the same way. He has the femininity of a woman in all ways. Niggas licking each other's asses, that's gays do that. Now the woman got to lick the man's ass. Yo, we're fucked up. Your pussy don't even do the job no more. How do you feel about that? He can't fuck it. He can't last. He can't even satisfy you. His father didn't teach him any of that. He learned from porno films. So they could do a lot to his brain because all you got to do is influence him. A black man is good for influence. Put him in a negative neighborhood, have one nigga driving a Rolls Royce, all them little dirty kids going to want to be like that fucking bum. They don't want to be the pastor. They don't want to be the bus driver. They want to be like that hustler. That's why the feds let him live. They said, well, shit, we let this nigga live. He'll get more fucking damn people with him. 8 years later, all them kids now are teenagers in their 20s. And now they get a big federal indictment for 50 niggas. Because they watch these kids grow up and be influenced by that one fucking loser. You gotta use your mind, not your heart. When you're dealing with a black man, you gotta use your mind. Politics. He knows nothing about political history. Take the phone out of his hand and challenge him. That's it. Take the phone out of his hand, deal with him one-on-one and shoot some questions. If you have the phone and ask him a few questions, simple shit. Who was the third president of the United States? Throw him off. Don't tell him who freed the slaves. He's going to get that. Just ask simple shit. Say who was the president in the 1960s and how was times then versus now? He doesn't know nothing. So why you going to argue with a dumb fuck? chances are he's working for the white man. If he's selling drugs, he's still working for the white man. He can't get the connect in Mexico, so you know he got to get it through a white man one way or another. He don't realize it. No, I get it from my homeboy Jamal. Trust me when I tell you, okay? The one thing about the white man in the United States, you don't do no work with him, you're going to go to jail for 100 years. That's why the Mexican niggas fuck up, because they don't pay the piper. Mexican niggas don't like to pay the United States shit. That's where that's coming from. They ain't worried about nobody crawling over the wall. They worried about that $80 billion that came across the fucking wall, and the government couldn't tax it. So if they can't tax it, and you ain't giving niggas no money, then they gonna get you. El Chapo, that was just an example. There's a million damn drug dealers out in fucking Mexico tearing shit up all around the world. El Chapo was not paying the government diddly. They was just getting money and bringing that shit back home and using our people. Okay? Even as a neighborhood drug dealer, if you cooperate, they're not locking you up. You give up 30, 40 names, they need this shit to do this indictment and kill this gang shit, they'll put you in protective custody. You're not going to jail for long. Not happening. If you could end a gang and demolish a gang, government love gangs. That's a big thing in the United States. If you could demolish a group and end a group, you're not going to jail. And back in the day, it was hard to have a nigga to, you know what I mean? Back in them Black Panther days, ain't wasn't too many niggas that was down with that shit. They're like, nigga, lock me up, fucking throw away the key, I ain't telling. Niggas that tell now, it's different. Niggas will tell now. You understand? Prostate cancer is a big deal for black men because a black man doesn't like to accustom to a diet. He lives in the hood, he eats cheap food, bad cut of the cow, the garbage, and they call it a hamburger. He don't even know what's in that shit. He just says it's beef. He has no idea, got nothing to do. It's nothing but all the fucking garbage from the damn cow. It ain't got nothing to do with a steak. Why? Eat a fucking piece of steak and eat a hamburger and tell me which one is cheaper. Ground beef. What is that? Yeah, think about it. If you're a human being and somebody's eating you and they took your arm, they have the arm there. But if they got ground human being, what is that? That's all the fucking garbage. What's in that ground? I go to recycle stations with furniture from my customers. They recycle that shit. It's one big fucking, wood, chips, it's all recyclable. It's everything together. Then they call it a tire one day. Maybe they may fucking put some artificial turf. It's just all garbage in one. That's all it is. Just mixed up together. So if we're putting this poison into our bodies and we're still not learning, and then next thing you know, we can't raise our kids, can't raise our grandkids because we having these premature deaths. Are we ever going to wake up? No. We just seen 2 fucking burgers for $5, nigga. That shit just filled me up. It was good. Yeah, but you're going to pay for that in a big way. So on a mental level, a man can't tell you he knows politics and he doesn't know political history. In order to know political history, you have to be a level of historian. I know hip hop history. I'm a hip hop historian. Facts. You shoot a question at me, I'm gonna tell you for the most part where it was, what year it was, what was going. I could tell you what the fucking weather was that day. Because I was there. And I live here. So on a hip hop historian level, you talk about the 80s and going to the rooftop. I mean, I could tell you about the rooftop particularly because I was too young to go there, but I could tell you one goddamn thing. I could tell you what that era looked like in the streets of New York. I could tell you what year how the cop cars looked back there. I could tell you what people was doing on the bus. I could tell you how dirty the subways were. You know, he can't. He can't tell you anything. All he gonna just do is talk about Kamala Harris. He's taking the white man's insults, right? Enduring into his body and then spitting it out to the whole bunch of other dumb fucks to influence them. He has no brains. If a nigga's proud of you telling he been in his job for 20, 30 years, that's pathetic. If a nigga tell you, I work for my damn self, never sold no fucking drugs, never had to have no white man fuck me up the ass, I raise all my kids, that's a man. And it's not because he's less of a man, you're less of a man because you had a job. It's the fact of what you see as a man and what a man is. A man's mode is earned. You're not a man if you work for your job and suck the white man's dick for all them years. That's not impressive. It's impressive when you didn't have to do that. You didn't have to go the route that most black men had to go. That's impressive. So let me say that's exactly what they're trying to do with Young Thugs in Atlanta. Young Thug in Atlanta. Unfortunately, the DA's office is ran by niggas. Well, see, that's another thing too. Glad you mentioned that, right? The Young Thug situation. People are like, they're trying to make an example. You can't make an example to niggas. The example, they're not trying to get the example to niggas. They know niggas are stupid. They trying to get the example to the government, on top of the government officials. When we got these White House, when we got these Senates, they trying to get the lawmakers example that the black man's a pile of fucking garbage. That's dangerous. They're trying to get the example showing them that we put a drug dealer that did 20 years on a pedestal before we put a man that fought for his country. Okay, the example is not to us. The black man is not picking this example up and like, yo, man, we got to change our shit. Right. The black man, the very few of them, he thinks that way. I know people right now that just told me recently, like, yeah, I'm just trying to get family together. I'm trying to have my kids around family. I'm like, but you don't fuck with none of your family. You got a problem with this one. How many of y'all know this one? This one did this. You know this person is holding the trauma in. So when y'all all together eating food, everything is all good. You got donuts, you got cakes, you got chicken, potato salad. All that shit is all good. But deep in the back of your mind, you just like, yeah, I never forget what that motherfucker did to me. Why would you want to be around that? That's not family. Because family don't think like that. That's the furthest thing from a family member. Some of y'all don't deal with your family because you don't fuck with them. But some of y'all smart ones don't deal with your family because, no, these niggas is dangerous. I don't trust them. You know what I mean? You got to think on the lines of intelligence. When they're making an example for us, it's not for us. Because if you leave it up to a nigga, that Young Thug shit is a goal. Yo, I want to get locked up too. They love it. Yo, my man just came home for 5 years. He doing such and such. If anything, the more niggas that they lock up, the more and more the streets are going to do more damage. Federal government is smart. They know that we put that on a pedestal. Yo, dog, yo, free thugger. So when these dumb motherfuckers in the streets and all your neighborhoods see this, they salute that. Federal government is like, yo, we could eliminate most of the black population. Because these niggas is all stupid. All we got to do is build more jails. They don't support a black woman. They don't even support their own. These niggas can't even keep up their dick in their fucking past. Nevertheless, they can't even raise a family. The black man is a gold mine. You understand? So you got to think about the example. Are they trying to make an example out of Diddy? No. The example out of Diddy is not for you. Your mindset won't allow the mindset for Diddy. The mindset for them to make an example is to show the lawmakers. that these motherfuckers right here are worth a bundle. The more we get the big fish, we'll get all the little ones. These niggas get to the top and they can't keep their dick in their pants. Let's get them. Whether he's straight or gay, he can't keep his dick in his pants. He knows that's a fact. Shout out to insurance, man. Goddamn. Thank you for that super chat. I appreciate that. I really do. Thank you very much. Yes, he said paying my tuition, bro. I appreciate that. Salute to you. Insurance man. He didn't say insurance male. If he was an insurance male, he wouldn't be here. Only the mindset of a man is gonna understand what I'm talking about here. The failure is gonna go against me. Well, he's a failure if he don't disagree. My point exactly. He just can't take it. So when we're dealing with a crisis in this world, we got bad dieting. You can't eat any fucking thing. I feel that pressure. You gotta watch this, watch that. Diet, stress, which equals stress. That's just alone, just the eating process. At least that's my struggle. Like, you gotta watch everything you eat. You know what I mean? Now you have the damn. Excuse me. This is the tension in the air. Excuse me. You have politics. Beautiful, hot, sunny day feels terrible outside because of the energy is off. Even if you don't do social media, you probably do the presidency. Now you have the tension of that mixed up. This is all this big goulash of tension in the air. So now you got the guy on top of that. He don't know what the fuck to do on a Saturday. He can't get no pussy. The election's fucking him up. He eats bad. What kind of individual you think he gonna be today? Very, very low vibrational. Thank you, my MS. I appreciate that. Shout out to Casey. Shout out to everybody. I know I'm just going. You have to know a person's history to have compassion for them. The black male is suffering. So when y'all see people, well, what about the black women that don't support Kamala? Don't listen to that. Pay that shit no mind. Clearly she's all fucked. She's worse than him. Because in most cases, she's under the influence of the ignorant black male. She can't see that. And you can't fix stupid. I'm stupid because I got my opinion. Yeah, you're stupid. You are. If you know that it's a detour, right? And you look across this cliff and you look down and know that you're going to die if you jump off. You jump off, you had to be a dumb fuck to do that, right? Because only a stupid motherfucker would do that. So why would you waste your time, as you heard this when you were kids, to stoop to that person's level and be as dumb as them? Use your intelligence, use your mind, be ahead of them. Controlling your emotions is a gift. A lot of people can't do that. Control them. Yo, I got a temper. Control your temper, control your emotions. Never let a dumb motherfucker even infiltrate in that. That's the air now, right now, okay? The air. Niggas is all fucked up. Niggas don't even know why they voting for niggas. One person's trying to keep us together, the other one's trying to divide us. It's just that simple. It's very simple, you know what I mean? So you as an individual, you have to think how the government thinks. Use your brain. What they always tell you, never see a fed, but they see you. When them niggas get you, they got you. Some of them like, oh, the Abercrombie and Fitch guy, he got free $10 million bail for sleeping with a whole bunch of boys. Yeah, he wouldn't have got $10 million bail if he had that bond. He wouldn't have got that $10 million bond if it was women. Wake up. Gays are very powerful. They don't want the example of a gay man going down for sleeping with gay men that were unwillingly to do it. It's different when it's with a woman. Okay? It's like you doing things in a state and then you cross the line and then bring the shit to another state. In state, it's a state issue. Go out of state, it's a federal issue. Big fucking difference. You know what I mean? It's a big difference. So when you see these situations, you know, you see the Abercrombie and Fitch CEO, he's, you know, he got free. And niggas is like, yo, how come they didn't do that to Diddy? See, they never learn anything. Stupid motherfuckers never learn anything. Trust me, I'll tell you. I will prove it to you every second of the day. They don't learn anything. What's happening with the lawmakers, these niggas know they can't make a bet out of sample out of a homosexual, even if he's sleeping with niggas and drugging them. Unless the boys are underage, trust me, he getting out. They gonna take that $10 million bond. They wouldn't take Diddy's $50 million bond. Because now he got rape, not to men, a woman. And that goes further. In the United States of America, you can't make a gay man look bad. They too powerful. It's that straight shithole. That's, you know, if Bill Cosby was doing all that shit, putting shit in drinks for boys, he would have never even went through all that. With men, he would have never went through it. He did it with women, and non-black women at that. If R. Kelly was getting caught out there with all that sex shit and sex parties with men, he would have never been in a position. He's in there because of women. Can't cross that line. Two different sexes. And they don't want to make a bad example for gays and put a negative light on it. The example is never for you, it's for them. Okay? Get that in your head. Bad diet plus equals stress equals yes. So now we got stress and bad diet. Stress and bad. You're in the supermarket, you can't eat half of the shit that's in there. That's what your mind's telling you. You're hungry now. You want to eat you want to enjoy yourself, which you could, but you know, you don't want to overindulge. You see a woman that you want, you don't know how to talk to her. You get into your car, going to that big old house, brand new, and now you're lonely. Lonely, bitter, angry, who you going to vote for? Come on. You got to look at it like that. If you have a loving heart and you love yourself the way you love yourself, don't be expressive to stupid people. Just let them pay the consequences. For niggas that dumb to rob you and try to come to your house, then you got to do what you got to do. I ain't going to say it online, but you know what I mean? If you that stupid to do that, man, and I got the hammer here, I mean, come on, man. Got to give them what they wanted. The example is not made to him. The example is going to be made to, now it's made to you because you had the logical mindset to know I wouldn't have did no dumb shit like that. And you know what your boundaries, if your boundaries are violated, you know what you're going to do. So it's the same mindset. You have to take the good with the bad. Does the black man benefit of this election? The black man does, not the black male. He doesn't benefit off of nothing. He never did. Other than failing, what else does he know? He knows nothing about a win. He has to cut his own black people's throat to win anything. Or he has to give it up to the white man. You got to think about it. That's a pretty lonely place. He knows nothing about winning. Society doesn't see him as a winner. They see him as a failure and a fucking goddamn criminal. Nobody want him with his daughter. Think about that. No black man wants their kids, their daughter with a black man, unless he's rich and famous. That's off the rip. They ain't even got to see him. But he still goes over there. So you on a date with this loony. He's sitting there talking about politics, dating, food to eat. I disagree. And I mean, come on now. If you going, why don't you just go to dinner by yourself? Why are you wasting your time with that loser? Don't talk to him. Well, Nate, what about if we want to listen? Again, don't be entertained by listening to him. Make sure you're listening for education. Because when you entertain with him, you're giving him your time. But when you're listening for education, then you're getting your time. You understand? You're getting the education. Hell, I'm going to give myself an hour to listen to this fucking clown every day. I'm going to learn this shit. Right? You benefit from that. But if you entertain it, there's no benefit. He benefits. You watch a television show and you're being entertained. Okay, cool. Yeah. At the end of the day, who's really benefiting from that? The producers, the directors, they benefited from because for your viewing pleasure. You've seen it, but they benefit. But if you took something that you would watch as education and say, fuck this entertainment, let me watch this 600-pound and really see what the fuck is going on. What did these niggas do to get this fucking fat? And then you look at it and see the shit that they eat is the same shit that you eat. Now you learn. It's to your benefit. But if you're just going to be entertained because you got shit to do and you laughing at these motherfuckers, the producers benefit. You don't benefit shit. You got to think about that logic. So intelligence among black men is something that doesn't run often unless he's a black man. The black male does not have intelligence. And you can tell by the company he keeps. Just ask him who he's voting for. Well, I disagree. My friend is making this. Well, you disagree. You need to be with him. Because I don't entertain fools. It's not even a waste of my time. I would never do that. What happens when a shithole comes up here? We kick him the fuck out. That's all. Do what they used to do and kick him out. They used to being rejected. He still wants to look for a club. You gotta listen. If a man looks at a woman and a white man says she's not black, and he goes to a real black man and says, who's not black? And the white man says, Kamala's not black, and he gives that white man one level, who the fuck you talking to? That white man's gonna shit in his fucking pants. Cause he knows shit's about to get ugly. Cause he see how he do it with his own people, right? He knows who to do it with, but when he knows there's a group of fucking monkeys coming from the black society that believe what he does and laugh with him, he is not gonna respect him. See, one thing about the white man, he know who to do that shit with and who not to. He know he could do it with the Uncle Tom. You remember Django? Right? They knew the difference with Jamie Foxx and they knew the difference with Samuel Jackson's character. Well, that's what that black man sees that black male. He sees him as he sees him as a coon like Samuel Jackson. They don't respect that. When they go to these rallies and shit and they got niggas in there, they don't respect that because they don't fuck with us. You can't be a real black man and go to a Trump rally. Like, you know what I mean? That doesn't, you know what I mean? It just, you want to see real people, you got to go to Kamala's. You know what I mean? You see a real white folks, real black folks, real everybody. You know what I mean? You can't go in there with a whole bunch of racist niggas and then you got one black man talking about make America great again. What the fuck did he do in America? Nothing. He's a failure. So he has to sell out to get over there. That was a fantastic movie, right? Shout out to Green Vegan. That was a fantastic movie. You want to look at a level of a movie and look at a black man site of that character Jamie Foxx played? That was a sensational movie, Django. It showed you a black man and a black male. A black man leads, a black male fucking follows. Thank you, my life. I appreciate that. So, don't get yourself caught up because the air is off right now. I don't care how pretty the weather is right now. Niggas is all fucked up. Average wife ain't getting no dick from her husband and damn sure ain't good dick. Ain't no Trump supporting got a good sex life. That's why they're over there. So now you got the whole level of the stress in the air, the depression, the frustration. That shit, you gotta be careful. That shit could affect you too. We just seen COVID, couldn't see. Who the fuck see? I still haven't seen COVID 5 years later, 6 years later. I haven't seen it, well, 5 years later. I haven't seen COVID yet. Can you see it? You can't see it. But when you got that motherfucker, you know you got it. So it's the same thing with energy. You can't see it, right? So it gets you. You see traffic. You see the people. Just look at their face when you're in traffic. Look at everybody's face on the opposite side. Look at all of them. All of them are tight, pissed off, all fucked up. So you got to look at that and say, damn, I don't want to be like that. Let me take my time. Always be the opposite of a shithole. When they complaining to you on that line, man, just be like, listen, I could care less. Matter of fact, get in front of me. I had a guy one time, he's huffing and puffing, because I said, nah, man, go. He said, no. I said, no, go. Just go. And he's seen like, what a dick am I? You're not going to be standing behind me, man, watching every move because you got 2 different items and I got a whole shit. No, get the fuck out of here. Just tell me, Trump supporter, you get any... I'm telling you, them niggas get, trust me when I tell you, Trump supporters are like this. Number one, Trump supporters are suffering. So them niggas is the niggas you gotta watch. They be the down low niggas that you gotta watch. They be the one that's so frustrated and then let a man fuck him up his ass. But he hates gays. Kamala's side, we embrace gays because we like, well, shit, nigga, I don't give a fuck what you do. You love people, we love people too. Not over there. Anti-gay, anti-immigrant. These niggas, how they gonna be anti-immigrant when the average white man will take a Latin bitch over his white wife? It's all bullshit. All of them are full of, I know a Trump supporter now, his fucking damn wife is Dominican. What kind of Bexa? He's a white man, but his wife. You understand? If you're gonna go all the way, you gotta go all the way. You can't go all the way as a hater. Cause it's gonna be something you're gonna slip with. Toxicity is a disease. And it will spread. You gotta think of the level of a person that takes a flag and drives around in his fucking car. What a loser. Sick motherfucker. Like, why don't you go fuck some pussy? Nope, his wife is neglected because he's stressed out. A man can't fuck when he's stressed. Especially when he's old with a fucked up diet. Smoking cigarettes, drinking, dick's gonna die. He's pissed off. He's bored of his wife. And he's riding around putting Trump flags everywhere. What kind of loser does that? We don't do that shit over here at Kamala shit, putting flags up and all. What kind of fool? That's corny. You can't be anti-immigrant and live in the United States. That's just makes no sense. I live in Staten Island. The majority of the people out here are Italian. And majority of Italian people are racist. Okay? The Italian woman want to fuck a black man, and the Italian man want to fuck a black man. I mean, or get fucked by one. You know what I mean? Listen, don't listen to it. When you see that much of hatred with somebody, they low-key want to fuck with you. When you see that white racist bitch, that's the one that'll fuck 7 black men. Trust me, she'll let other niggas run train on her. And call you a nigga when everybody's shoving their dicks in her mouth. When you see a hater, I see something extremely different. That's the intelligence. That's how the feds think. You think he's making it? You think the feds are making an example for you? No, the example goes with them. They test their brains, and they get on the same wavelength. Or how they know what's going on. They know what's about to happen. They sitting back. What you think? Trump's never gonna go to jail? Feds build up a case even for the president. They sitting back. He already got indicted. He already got charged. Well, I don't understand why the people don't analyze it. Don't even analyze how they are. You know what I mean? Just understand that there's a sickness, and you can't observe a sickness today because you're gonna get sick. Arguing with these motherfuckers. I'm telling you, one of my white boys, his wife is Dominican, his daughter's half Dominican. What you think is gonna happen? You know who's gonna you know who she gonna marry? A big old black man. That's what's gonna happen. Okay? If the white cheats on him, she gonna fuck a nigga. That's just how it goes. And if he cheats on his wife, it's gonna be with a black woman. That's how they're programmed. So in a good way, it shows you how the world is wired. That's how people are. You know what I mean? Like, you look at the world divided, I'm like, yeah, but divided, and then what goes on over there? A racist white woman. She hate black people. She don't hate that black dick. She probably racist and hate black people because the fucking little dick husband pushed her to believe that. She ain't happy with him. Fuck her brains out and see what happens. She'll never go back. Because she's a racist white bitch. Those are the best ones. You as a black coon will go I fuck with white girls that deal with niggas. Not me. I fuck with a white woman that never had a nigga. I don't want the one that had us because I might as well be the black woman for all that. She fuck with niggas. I want the one that never thought about it. And when she get that old big King Kong on her, she gonna be like, God damn. Good Lord. Trump supporters are not confident of their sexual delivery. They're not. None of them. I'll fuck all their wives. Because I know all their wives would cheat on them. All their wives are sluts. Trump's wife's a slut. She ain't even happy with him. Trump's wife ain't happy with him. Let me explain something to you about a woman. When a woman ain't getting fucked right, she's not in a happy place at all. It's more frustrating for a woman to be fucked by a man that's not making her come rather than a nigga not fucking her at all. She could adjust to that. But what's more worse is when she got a lousy fucking love maker. You understand? Think about that. You tell me Trump fucks every night and be slinging that dick? Of course not. That's why he's like that. He has the attitude of a man that has, you know what I mean, a pain. You know what I mean? Like a very vigorous pain, like hemorrhoids. Okay? If you got hemorrhoids, God forbid, and you have a flaring hemorrhoid, you're not going to be a happy person. Right? So think about it like this. When a man has sex with a woman, whether it's his wife or get some new pussy, we don't have a worry in the world. Whatever we was angry about, something about busting that nut, all that shit goes down the drain. Right? Right, ladies? Gentlemen, it just like all along, that's what I needed. I was all stressed. Damn, I owe my mother apology, I owe my father apology, because you didn't fuck. But imagine having a little dick and can't even satisfy your wife that's married to you for 40 fucking years. You gotta go watch another black man fuck up brains out because you know he gonna do the job. Not a black male, that black man. You gotta call that black man that. Black men fuck back. Excuse me. I'm sorry about that. Press the door. Black men, I press my mixer. Black men fuck better than black males. A black male don't know how to fuck a woman. All he do is eat a box. So a woman's body has to be manifested. She has to be soulfully, physically satisfied. So if a man doesn't even support a woman, how you think he gonna please a woman? You think Kamala would have been in a vice president if she had been with niggas all her life? Now, Kamala's sister's fine as a motherfucker. I love her sister. Her sister's bad. But Kamala wouldn't have did that with no black male. They would have never put her in that position because the black male's going to do it through a white woman. It's just not, that's just how it is. So when we're in these corporate settings, the average black male, he's scared to walk in that white bar, not a black man. He'll walk in the most racist white bar, and I promise you, not one of them fucking crackers will fuck with him because they know that's not no ordinary nigga. They know the difference. They're stupid, but they know the fucking difference. So the average woman, basically, back to the woman, the average woman's walking around right now and she's neglected. She ain't getting fucked right. Again, not getting fucked right, ladies? Not getting fucked right is more painful than not fucking at all. Think about that. Think about you with this man, you love him, he's a great provider, and his dick game is trash. You just don't want to hurt his feelings. You're going to be just as angry as him. He ain't pleasing you. He knows it. He knows it. You know it. He know at the end of the day, if you going to cheat on him, it ain't going to be for the money. Somebody, he ain't going to cheat on him because he broke. You going to cheat on somebody else because they can fuck you better. And he knows that. That's the energy over there. And that's just one example. When a man is confident, he could read women like that. MS said, do you think a husband should be willing to be sexually available whenever in his wife? Not this day and age. Too much stress in the air. There's no man delivering that to his wife right now. No man. Not in this climate. If you had asked me that question, MS, 20 years ago, yeah. No man could confidently say that and tell the truth. No man. Even there's men out here that know that they can do it if they put their mind to it. There's too much going on in this world for a man to live that. That's why the world's all fucked up. Look at that. Initial Plan said, I've had an attitude for 5 years now, Nate. I'm telling you. And even worse, because black men want to run to races of women that don't want to be with them. So the black woman gets neglected off the rip or that because he don't even want a sister when he gets successful. Only when he's fucked up. Look at Diddy's mother. They all come to his rescue when he's down. But sisters get neglected off the rip. Because we got black men, we got a whole bunch of fruit we want, right? So her neglect off the rip is against millions of other women. So if you lucky, and I mean lucky, you got yourself, you know what a healthy relationship, a healthy sexual relationship, you and your husband is having sex at least 5 times a week. You ain't got to go to the gym. That is your diet. That is your exercise, okay? You show me one fucking person that can say they doing that as a grown adult, and I'll show you a lot. But I can show you millions of people that putting all their work into work, the phone, TV shows, other people's drama, the presidency. Nobody's doing that. Our music shows that. Our R&B shows that. And if you hear musically, they got to have all these different enhancements to get a nigga to do all that. Nobody's doing lovemaking right now. So now you got two sides of the fence. You got the niggas that's bitter, and you got the other people that want love. They want us to be close together. Like, listen, we need to, you know what I mean? We need to get back to the fuck the good days but better days, right? But no, this niggas want you to make America great again. He want to go backwards. You know what I mean? You got to think about it. Like, if you have a healthy sex life, there'd be less cancer, there'd be less diabetes, there'd be less blood pressure, high blood pressure. How a nigga got high blood pressure? He 50 fucking years old. And he got to buy prostitutes in another country. How pathetic is that? That's stress. He can't get a woman here. That creates high blood pressure. Ask anybody that had a motherfucking stroke, am I lying? Ask them what happened. I bet you they tell you fucking stress. Yeah, the gays, he's right about that. The gay niggas ain't stopping. I forgot to mention that because I told I got a coworker that's gay. Gay men are the only niggas that's fucking. Y'all didn't hear about when they had that RCN convention earlier this summer, when all them Trump supporters went down there tearing up that fucking damn Grindr app? Yeah, what about that? All them fucking white politicians against prostitution, but more or less they'll be fucking the shit out of a goddamn man. Them niggas ain't stressed out over there because they're fucking. Straight community is suffering with that. On both sides, Republican or fucking Democrat, they suffering. I'm telling you they are. Because one side don't even want to admit it. Other side's admitting it. Look at that. See, they listen. Look at the women here. Look at all these women here saying this. Men would love to be here listening to this. Yes, sex is very healing with the right person. I'm telling you. You kiss, just tongue kissing a woman. Y'all on the couch, you making out, suck a titty or two, feel her pants, she pulls her drawers off. Just the sound of hearing panties come off. And then you put it inside and she says, what's the first thing she says? Oh my goodness. Am I lying, ladies? The first fucking stroke. Oh my God. And you got about 100 strokes left. Right? See? You know what it does to a man when we see you do that? Oh, her eyes just rolled in her head. I'm doing something right for a change. Oh, we need mental health healing? No, you do not. Thank you, MS. Thank you. Sexual healing. Sexual healing. And that all women do it. I don't care if she's Asian, white, black. Oh my goodness. Oh. Now she starts saying wild shit. She starts saying shit she normally won't say. Oh, God, fuck this shit out of me. This is your pussy. This is you know it's your pussy. She just told you, oh shit, oh yeah. Oh, you like it, daddy? You like, yes, oh, you feel so, God, she looking at you looking at her. And then you nut, I'm coming too. You come together. You think you gonna fuck? I'm gonna stop fucking. I'm gonna watch this Trump National Convention. Get the fuck out of here. I got a loser right now and watching this little Spanish nigga. He own a crib over here. He got a few tenants in there. He trying to be a little short motherfucker and make him feel good to see the house. He got the tenants in there. I just look at his wife. That's all I look at. I know at the end of the day, she probably looking at me and saying, God damn, he'll probably fuck the shit out of me. Now, women are not like men. We don't walk around, men walk around all day with their mind on sex. A woman, her mentality is, listen, I just want to be fucked good. That's it. No, she doesn't look at every man as to do that job. It's just, that's what her energy is. She wants to feel that against that couch or that bed and said, oh my goodness. Especially when you see on her back. Doggy style is one thing, but that when that fucking missionary and she looking up into your face and you see them eyes roll out, feet all up in the air, tits all left and right, shit, right? And you looking at your dick inside of her, you see that lip just grabbing around it and hugging it. What kind of stress do you got? Some of you niggas ain't do that shit in years. In years. Some of y'all fucked that ex-boyfriend, you did it, and then it was just like, it wasn't really all that. Nigga came quick. You came already, yeah, you was moving around. 1970s was a different time. Oh yeah, it was. Go look at them Soul Train fucking videos and tell me it wasn't people that have no healthy sex lives. They did. That's why they was dancing. The healing back in the days, yeah, I know y'all don't want to hear about it because y'all thinking of your mother and father fucking and dancing. All right? All night long, all night. What was he talking about? Dancing all night long meant sex. We don't make them records anymore because that's not the time. The time is different. That's why it's all about the music. All night long, it's all night. It's all night long, right? That was the healing that we had. Who the fuck dances anymore? Meet somebody right now and say, what's your hobby? Tell them dancing. They're going to think you dancing at a school. It ain't no fucking club. Where the fuck do you dance at? Now a nigga want to get into a conversation and ask if you suck dick and do all that. Nah, listen, I just like to have good sex. What's good sex? He don't know. But she sure does. And she gonna let you know when she says, oh my goodness. Oh. She gets up and says, I haven't been fucked like that in a long time. Mission accomplished. She can't even tell her husband that. His shit is dirt. She feels good, he feels even better. God damn, let's go shopping. Let's go eat something. Matter of fact, let's do it again. Sexual healing, sexual healing. Listen to the music back then. It was the time. Ain't talking about that bullshit now. All of the songs, you listen to any old school song, right, MS? It's all related to dancing and making love. Well, Nick, when did it stop? Early 2000. Early 2000 music was playing that still. Oh, yes, it was. It was. Early 2000 music was playing that. Yeah. It doesn't play that now. But it was playing that. Early 2000 music was playing that. We didn't realize that. And it's funny because we look at these things and don't even realize that